Be careful, Tux is right there. Alright, it's very helpful when Tux goes up the stairs. Good boy. Good boys. There you go. Go around Mart. It's waiting for you. It's waiting for you. It's in where it's supposed to be. Yeah, hi. Alright, let me go get the other bowl. Walk around, Tux. Well, they're all up on the platform, so I'm not guessing anybody's following me over here, but you can see the water in the bowls again. Good bit of water. And we've had over 1/2 inch. It rained pretty good. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what time it was. It rained pretty good. Right before midnight, right after midnight, I don't know. Let's go see. Don said it looked at Tempest and he said it would be over 1/2 inch. This is right between 6 and 7/10. You ask, why do I have two? Well, the one is pretty and it came from Guardian Angel. This is a solid 6/10. And we're supposed to have rain, and I guess in the 6 o'clock time frame. I'm going to pick up Sam. We're doing lunch and cats today. There's my boys. And it said rain around 6 p.m. So if I could get home just a smidge earlier, or at least get into Fuquay before it starts raining, that would be good. Because some of these storms lately, I'm just straining this ornamental gnome guy also. Some of these storms lately have been really, really flooding the road. Like super flooding the road. So I'd like to not be out there in that if I could help it. For obvious reasons. Alright, well, I've got to go do cat water this morning. My yellow flowers here are looking nice. I guess in a positive note on removing the butterfly bushes. I've got a little bit of a better view of some of the yellow flowers coming up here. There's a cardinal. Good morning, buddy. Our state bird. A cardinal, that's a male. The female are not quite as pretty. It looks like the Hey, handsome. Hey. I had to come visit you an extra time to clean reformat my memory card filled up in the middle of me. Not saying that much actually, but it fills up when it fills up. I'm lacking a little understanding about how I can go in, move items to the trash, empty the trash on my MacBook, and then this thing still tell me the card is full, even though I can't. I'm not understanding how something is marking the card as available memory.
Right, you're using the memory card in your Mac, and it's not seeming to treat it correctly.
Right, back in the camera. I have to format it, full format it no matter what. Anyway, it's handled now. Just that would not exactly, I don't think, have been the case it was with the old camera, but maybe, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'll work with it however I need to work with it, which is make sure there's nothing good on the card and do a format with the camera. So I was out here saying that the GFCI had tripped. Don's got not only do we have the dehumidifier in the house, but you know he has these little ones in the van and the GMC so it doesn't get moldy inside of there. They work really well, and that means they're offline too. So I told him, and he'll come and fix it. It's in the power box over there, and it's very hard to flip it. I actually can't get it to go. So well, the last time I tried, I couldn't get it to go, and that's partly because I was probably afraid I was being too rough with it. But anyway, Don will handle it when he pulls Jules out. I am very pleased the deer didn't eat these this year. I would really like for me to not get bit and them come and do it overnight tonight. Maybe I can sprinkle some more red pepper over here or something, cinnamon, any of the other bad smelly stuff I have. But it's been nice to enjoy them this year. They moved over there. They volunteered from up here to down there. And what was that? Possibly a small tree limb fell over there. I think I said this before, but what happens here is we get a rain and the dead wood soaks up all the water, and then not so much during the storm, but after the storm, it's finally too heavy to be held up anymore, and the dead limbs start to fall to the ground. So we have a lot of post-storm tree branches fall. It's very common the next day or two after the storm when it's all waterlogged for it to fall. So, hi guys. Hi. That's Marty over there. Stripe, and then Morris. Hi. Hi, Morris. Morris. Very talkative. Very talkative. Oh boy, the sun's starting to come out. It's 75 with 99% humidity. So it's plenty sticky. I did feel cool breeze like once while I was in the backyard. Oh, I miss my panther. I step out here and I go, oh, there's not as much dirt to clean up, and then I go, I just don't care, I want my cat back. I miss Panther. I haven't seen any of the other kitties hanging out up here. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other, really. I'm like seeing them at the back door when I come and go, but you know, maybe in the wintertime with the heating pads on the chairs up here. We'll just have to see. Morning, Gray. Hi. Hi, sweetie pea. How are you? Hi. Hi, sweetheart. Good morning. Sam will be in to see you today. Yeah. You can't see him too good down there, but one of the normal guys we talk to that does the mowing is mowing. I thought they did that yesterday. I guess they did weed eating and edging and stuff, but then it's not edged over here, so I don't know. Anyway, the camp kids are on the splash pad, and it's definitely getting mowed today because the mowers are in motion. But we had more rain last night than we had the night before. It's not dry. Well, they finished over here on this side of the park around the building. It's just the rest of the park they didn't do, so I don't know. We speculate they got called away to do something else. Maybe it rained for 15 minutes and they packed up and then didn't unpack again. Hard to say. They waved, we waved. We didn't chat with them today though. I probably would have pulled their chain about it taking them 2 days. Hey, I'm headed to pick up Sam, and you're going to install Starlink. So we walked around and talked about where, maybe, yeah.
We're going to test it right here at the end of the boardwalk. That's where we're going to set it up, because this is the parking area. I can't put it here, but that's really close to where we're going to put it. We're kind of thinking right up here on this soffit up here. Is where it'll be.
Yeah.
That gives it the most view of the south sky, the most view overhead. North, I don't think it really matters a whole lot. I'm sure it helps some. I think it's a pretty reasonable view of the west and the east.
Yeah, it's the best spot we're going to get. It's either there, the Cat Hotel, or near the Tempest Weather Station.
Right. Well, the same problem with solar trees.
Yeah.
Really
yeah.
tall.
Although Adam did say for setup purposes, you can point straight up.
Right, and that's pretty much what
yeah, that it's set for mobile or whatever, and that allows you to access the ones the most overhead. So
right.
Something along those lines, I guess you'll find out. Sam and I will be back to check on your progress.
I'll probably have to help me figure it out.
Yes, come back and check on your progress.
Okay. So I got Starlink and from Adam and setting it up, and I used the phone app to try to find a place in the yard that was free of obstructions, and no place could I get that. So I just went on and hooked it up in the most likely place that we might have any chance. It's all paired and all that stuff, but I don't think it's found the satellites yet, but it hasn't been long enough. I'm going, if this works, if we can get any kind of connection up here with it like this, I'm going to mount that arm to the soffit over there, basically where the just on one side of the rain spout there, and then I'm going to run the cable along the siding to where the 5G antenna is right now, and I'm going to snake it through the 5G window there, because there's an outlet on the other side of that. Just so happens the cable's blue-gray, so I really don't think it'll look too bad snaked across there. But I'm not going to do all that until I'm pretty confident that this thing works. I'm going to give it some time. It was a snap to set up. I need to say that, you know, the app, other than the fact there was no clear sky. I mean, if you live out where there's a clear sky, this thing would take you no time at all. Of course, I mounted it to the ladder, and I had to get the ladder out and all that stuff. But, you know, people don't do that. I mean, if you got a clear view of the sky, you just drop it on the ground, plug it in, and you're you know, cooking with gas in no time. Anyway, I'll let you know how it turns out. Marianne's gone right now, but hopefully I'll have it connected to and providing internet by the time she gets back. A little bit of an update on the driveway alert. The new sensor and the old transmitter and the old receiver have been working very well. So I believe the sensor itself, that's the part that's buried in the ground, has a cable, runs up to the transmitter, which is out by the mailbox, is the problem. So I'm gonna give it a day or two, because, you know, I really love digging knot. So before I bury that sensor in the ground next to the driveway, I really want to make sure it's working. I don't want to jinx it, but I took the rings off of this multicolored PLA here, and it hasn't jammed up for a while. I mean, it was jamming up like every 5 layers, but now it's like I mean, it's gone like 10 layers now at least, and it still seems to be moving. So keep your fingers crossed. I think it'll probably work better just fine with without the rings, in the case of it doesn't change colors. The problem happens whenever it pulls the filament back. That's when it tends to run into trouble. Houston, we may have something. The thing has spun about 45 degrees and is looking, you know, up into the sky, and that's progress. I'll check the app and see what it says. Well, hot dog, it is online. I'll have to put it back in the plug it into this where we can get to it from the house. Right now the cable runs over here to the garage, because that was the easiest thing for me to do. But now that it's actually online, I'm just going to chill for a while, because it still will not give me the obstruction map. It's still generating that, so I'm going to let it finish. We're going to eat and a couple things, so maybe later this afternoon I will reroute the cable to where I intend to put it, especially if Marianne's here to help, because she can handle the cable for me.
It's been a few weeks since I was up this way, at least past the turnoff for Lake Wheeler, headed to Yates Mill. So it'll be interesting to see how The turnpike's coming along up here. They're really coming along with some heavy equipment up there in that field, getting it ready to start the shopping center, the Gold Leaf Shopping Center. Target's going in there, amongst other stuff. Ruby is driving. Oh, there's going to be, you know, intersection improvements there first and then get started on the shopping center. There's like, you don't have to get over that fast, Ruby. You know, it is a truck. You could wait just a minute. She did okay. I don't know what's all's happening in there, but I think it's some sort of pipeline work, gas pipeline. Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be nothing but different construction zones up here. Apparently, this Wake Med building is open for business. I don't know what all doctors are in there, but quite a few. She slowed up noticeably there for the guys on the side of the road. I would say appropriately. Just a little slowing. I figured I'd record coming through here. Wow, all that road closure for that. Maybe they're setting it up versus, yeah, they look like they're still in the process of setting it up. It's okay. Wow, I didn't realize, but it makes sense with those apartments right there that they were going to put up the sound barrier privacy wall right here along the road. Can't see the apartments anymore at all. Well, it would be good them getting as much of this done as possible before the fall semester here at Wake Tech. A lot more cars coming and going, starting with classes in August than during the summertime. Of course, there are summer classes, but just not quite the same level of fulfillment, one would not think. Well, it's coming along, and I know they can lay asphalt quick. Working with the dirt, Donnie. That's what usually takes all the time. I'm driving now because Ruby tried to get in the left lane right as the left lane was fixing to close, and I didn't want to have to deal with getting back over, so I turned off the turn signal and grabbed the wheel. And just haven't re-engaged autopilot yet. Alright, well, it is definitely coming along. Hopefully the flow of traffic in and out of Wake Tech will work well after they get everything all done. Well, I've got Sam with me now.
Hey,
hi.
what's up?
He's like, what is that? I was like, that's the new camera. Can you see him even? Because it looks like the thing is pointed too high, but maybe it was okay. We'll see if Sam's head is actually in the video or not. I've got Sam. We stopped at Harris Teeter. Instead of going to Hibachi and Company today, we're going to have ribeyes at the house. They're on sale this week. And yeah, we're talking about life on the way back over to the house. That's what we're doing. We'll come to Guardian Angel when we come back through town, but this way, eating at the house, there'll be lots of cat time.
Exactly, and that's what's important.
That is what's important. And see, look, Sam, I can do this now too.
Wow. Oh wow, that's
there. There you are. I'm sure you're on screen now.
Yes, absolutely. I can see it.
I am not punting yet. I am going fourth and now we're on like 4th and 30, but you know it could be 4th and 40, 4th or 50, 4th and 80. But right now it's about 4th down and 30 yards to go.
It's just not picking up any satellites there.
Yeah, the app basically said, "You gotta be kidding me."
Oh no, I'm gonna be so sad. Yeah. You'll be putting it down in the middle of the front yard.
I already went down there.
Really?
Yeah, the app. You can video me, but their app for finding unobstructed sky, I think I got it up to 46%, 48%. So
was that not good enough?
I have no idea. I figured I'd just try it and see. At this point, there is no over here, front yard.
You've been walking around a lot.
Around the yard.
Oh, but it looks so promising right there.
Well,
Okay.
So progress. I think it has seen a satellite. It has rebooted. It saw a satellite, and the obstruction thing says check back in an hour to view the obstruction map. So I'm just
breathing,
chilling.
So it's a good time to cook steaks.
Oh, so it's a great time to cook steaks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally
Okay.
Yeah, steak's good. Okay, I've got obstruction data now, and it's basically the way it's setting. It's showing that, trying to get the video just so, that's obstructed there. It's got some data, but it's obstructed. It has data overhead. I'll have Marianne put that picture in. No data to the north and no data to the west. So I'm going to move it to the front yard and see what it can do, because it's sort of favoring that angle right there. And I think the front yard is going to be further away from the trees. It might be able to get over these trees here a little bit better.
We had an awesome lunch. We're all stuffed still. That ribeye steak and asparagus and potatoes. Oh my. Sam's getting in a few more Tux pets and a few more Tux pictures. Hey there. Hi, Tux. He goes, this is what I like. Hi. So we're trying it down here now to see if the obstructions are any less. Dawn's moved it. Sam and I are headed to Guardian Angel. And Dawn's trying to get it level enough that it's secure.
Okay, I've got it set up here in the front yard. And I got it pretty level. And this time I'm using a real C-clamp and one of those other clamps. I got it on some wood. And I got me 2 concrete blocks. So I'm basically trying to tell you, it should be able to take a little wind. I'm not saying it'll take a lot of wind, but it should take a little wind. I'm gonna run the cable up to the house. It's 75-foot cable, so I think I should have no problem reaching up there on the porch. And I'll plug the router in up on the porch and turn it on and give it a shot. I realize that tree is right in the way, but it was really right in the way over there too. So I don't know, we're gonna see. I think the sky straight up view is about as good. I could slide it back this way a little bit more and clear that tree, but we're gonna see. We're gonna give it a shot.
All right, we're here. Let's go see Lori and see. Johnny's looking for some more 12-volt battery operated drills. Doesn't matter if it has the battery. So definitely something to go check out. What I found, I am very excited to have another face for another tree. Little mouse, very unique looking hummingbird feeder. Lots of great kitty toys today. And I think I'll take home this tiny cat plant pot. Interesting, somebody was sewing together squares of scrap fabric. There's, let's see, 6 or 7 of them here. Smaller and larger squares, different themes. This one had some Hello Kitty panels on it. They're selling them for $20, $15. I don't know why they're different. $12. I guess some of them are bigger than others, but it's ways started for making a quilt. A matching set, and they're basically like brand new. Yeah, it's got the tags on it. Well, that's their tag, but anyway, 2 and 7. So over there on the side of the driveway, I can have a matching set. I like it. It's nice and bold color too. That's a nice set of Corelle. It's almost complete. It's missing one of the bowls, but I have that pattern. I don't need that pattern. I can't justify that pattern. But is this Corelle too? Because I don't have that pattern. Oh, it is. And where's the dinner plates? Oh, it's okay to be a little nuts, especially in the fall of the year. I did receive the climate has been on for an extended period of time message. So I know we were in there over an hour, but not by a lot. It was fun. I told the ladies I'd be back Friday this week, not to be confused, because they tell their days of the week by what day Michelle and I come in. And oh, Sam's got my purse. Let me get out my phone so I can get in my car. No key fob. I'm glad to have options for starting the car. We have a couple of fragile items, so Sam stayed here with the car. Plus sides, that way then we don't have to push the cart back. We just load up here and go. But my purse is just in the cart. So Ruby is still on 12.3.6 FSD level, and I just wanted to say that she's done a really good job driving today, but you knew there was a but coming or I wouldn't be talking to you about it, right? There have been a few times where I felt like she was hugging the line too close. Right there might be a little bit of an instance, but right around that corner in the other direction, both this morning and this afternoon, because I've dropped Sam off now, she went over the white line on the right side of the car. I was in the right lane and she went over the line. She was closer to the edge than I wanted her to be. It's sort of like what Don was saying with Jules the last time that we were out, and she was just too close to the edge of the road, and in that case there wasn't a shoulder, or there wasn't much shoulder, and I really felt uncomfortable. Today it was just like, well, there's nothing over there, but you shouldn't be this close. Why are you allowing yourself to go over the white line? You never used to do that. That kind of thing. So I'm just, I'm just reporting on how FSD was behaving today. And I would say in the left lane, she's too close to the left, and in the right lane, she feels a little too close to the right today. Not dangerously so, but uncomfortable for the human driver that knows that that's really not where she should be. Well, what do you know? Ruby says she has an update ready to download. It's 2024.20.9. It doesn't tell me the equivalent FSD release, or if there is an FSD release. So I'll put that on when I get home and we'll test it out. Been in traffic with a lot of Teslas. That was a red Model S that just went past me coming in the other direction. There were two Model Ys coming into town, and then there was a white Model X. The white Model X was a 90D. Was it a P90D maybe? It was pretty clean. The white paint was pretty clean, but oh my God, it had so much brake dust on the wheels. I wanted to get out and go over there and start cleaning the wheels. That's how bad the brake dust was. It was much more on the front than in the rear, but even the rear had brake dust. I mean, Ruby's wheels have looked dirty before. They've never looked like that. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, and the thing that really stood out is there was that much brake dust, but the white paint was pretty clean. But even the little circles on the back of the car where the ultrasonic sensors are had some of the dirty brake dust kind of, I don't know, it was just weird. I'm sure it was brake dust. Okay, go clean your wheels, bud. We got a Model X and a Tesla here. We can't be having that much brake dust on the wheels. It was just too much.
Hey,
I'm home.
there you are. Well, I had okay success. The front yard's about the same. Hey, but at least we can get in and out of the house.
Right, the ladder's not on the boardwalk yet.
Yeah, now Adam said his is like pointing due north.
Okay.
Which I think is the ideal direction. It's kind of funny, these satellites, the angles that they work, you think they're pointing straight at the satellite, but they're actually
some parabolic something?
Yeah, something or another, and they're actually sliding. But anyway, the point is they're fundamentally pointing in a direction. I think when it's pointing north, that means it gets the best view of the southern sky. Don't ask me. I'm not going to... That's my thinking. I can be wrong. But the point is, the direction that it is pointing right now is where it has decided, and that's very close to what it was when it was up here. That's the best...
Walk this way with me.
...direction that it thinks it can get the satellites from, the most satellites from.
Okay.
So...
I agree that it's very similar to, here, let me zoom in. It's very similar to the direction it was.
Right. So I'm going to put it up here in the other window.
Okay.
In the attic. I'm going to put it up there, and that means it'll be higher than it was, but it'll be a little bit further away from these trees than it was, plus it'll be higher. And it will still have plenty of visibility of the northern straight up. That won't change. So it'll still go straight up.
Right.
It will not go to the west, because obviously you can see right behind it here, which is west, is totally trees. It's as thick as everything. And the same thing happened here. It was shooting into those trees.
Right.
So at this point, you know, this is the only piece of sky we've got. There's no solar here.
Right.
Very little sky. So Adam also said there's a setting that I can go in and find and point it straight up. But I can put it through that window and same kind of concept. I don't have to do any of this heavy duty mounting. I can just stick it out the window and point it and do it. I may even do it tonight, because right now the attic's pretty hot. I have to do it before it gets stinking hot.
Oh, don't offer me a chance to do it right away, because your girl, she'd never leave for tomorrow what you can possibly accomplish today. You said that to the wrong person. Well, let's be clear now. In order for Dawn to get to that window, I need to go in the attic and move some things.
Oh.
So I'm going to go up in the attic and move some things, and then you just hop right on up there and get her done. That ain't saving you.
Okay.
Because you need more clothes.
Oh yes, like I need more. I have more
It's
clothes.
it's Adidas. It's really nice.
It is. I like it.
Okay, I'll be able to see you at the park.
Yeah, spot. That's my husband. The guy's over there in the stripes.
And then this is yours too.
Oh wow, button down. I think. Yeah. Ooh, starchy.
Roundtree and York or something like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very nice.
I think the only problem is it's only 7 buttons and not 8.
Oh, heaven forbid.
Count the number of buttons. I've sort of been trained about buttons.
It's a short on a button.
Is it short on a button?
It'll be fine.
It has spare buttons.
It has spare buttons.
Down at the bottom in case you... Yeah, I just thought the yellow and the gray. And your only problem with that is I can already tell you're going to ask me, kitten, black jeans or blue jeans? That's going to be the problem, because that gray is right smack dab in the middle of those. But
we can make it with black jeans.
I don't think it's been washed or worn before, and it had that nice... Yeah, that's mine. Obviously, we won't put that one on you. You want to wear that one?
No, thank you. It's too hot.
I sort of have one this color, but...
Yeah, I recognize this.
Yeah, Tech Gear. So similar, maybe not the identical one. And then there's a t-shirt for Johnny.
Cool.
Here's my Flexa Owl with the rich toned rainbow filament. And it's looking pretty cool. It's almost done. There's where Don has it mounted.
Yeah, well, it hasn't. It's not plugged in. It's not set for the satellites. It's a piece of plywood with some steel. It's not angle iron.
It's drawer pulls, isn't it?
It was the bottom, the door guides for that we did not use on the shed. So they're corrugated bent steel. They're very strong. So that's what's doing it. And then there's a 2x4 that goes from the other end of that up to the top into the window, top of the windowsill, and header, the window header, I should say. And the 3-inch screws are holding that there. So anyway, that's kind of a teeter-totter. So the weight of the dish is keeping the 2x4 on the other side tight up into the header of the thing. Anyway, the point is, I need to go plug it in and let it sink itself. I've got 2 screws in the base to the plywood, so it can't fall off. That thing won't fall off. Even if the wind blows, it won't move. So that's good enough for us to try to see if this works.
Looks good to me.
Yeah, well...
we got the other box up there already, so we're used to having a box up there.
Right, well, this view right here of the east is as good as that. Plus, that's higher. So it's shooting over this tree a little bit better. And the sky, the overhead, maybe the soffit's going to mess it up. I don't know. All we could do is try. There is no good place. The good place for this is out in the middle of the field somewhere, and then it's going to work great. But we don't have field. We've got jungle.
All right, and we're trying to keep Don off the roof.
Right. The next step would be to put it up on the roof up there. And
Yeah.
then that, if it doesn't work there, then it's not going to work.
Well, Don's out here with me at 10:30 at night. We're gonna pull it off and put it together so you guys I can, you know, finish up that thread. I am really liking that color. I might have to send a second one to the printer and make one for Michelle. Wow, it popped off the printer. We didn't do anything and it just works. He said no support, even though I got a warning from Bamboo. So all we got to do is press the head on the body and press the wings in on the sides, and it's done. It comes off the printer ready to go. Wow.